No point in keeping holding no point in holding back. Hello everybody and welcome to today's stream. Happy Valentine's Day! Happy Love Day month, everybody. Today will be the last day of the Love Day month special, and today we have two very special games. One that if you're hearing it and you're familiar with, you already know. This would be Lovers of Aether, which would be a classic of every year. I make sure to play this once every Valentine's Day in a stream, just for tradition's sake. I love Rivals of Aether, and several of the characters here, I love them. And another very special game that I'll get started in just a moment. Before I get started, let me just check that everything is in order in the streaming services. Just one sec. Okay, everything is in order, so let's get into it! Just want to make sure that I have my microphone ready. It's not the first time that I get started and the microphone is not set. Then let's get into it! So we already have Raster, my boyfriend, and I forgot his name. Today we're going to do Apsa! What is your name? Gris, as usual. Well, it's a little bit loud on my side. Let me see how we are doing over here. Just gonna lower it slightly. There we go. There she is! Aether High! Home of the Heartbreakers! Just look at her, Gris. Have you ever seen something so beautiful? Solid as a rock she is. All done in her purple and gold. She's a beauty, ain't she? Yep, a real beauty. Can't argue with that. Now, let's get a move on. We're almost late. We'll never hear the end of it from Principal Loxodont. Phew, we made it! Right before the bell, too. I was sweating bullets there for a hot minute. Not that I can't handle a little heat. Sedburn gives me a friendly nudge and plucks over to his seat. Homer is as lively as ever. Random is practicing spin kicks in the corner of Worsburn. Is scribbling furiously in his notebook. There's something special in the air too. Something like love. That's right, the homecoming dance is tonight. And I'm still not ready for the prom! And I haven't asked anyone yet. There are so many options, so many people I could ask. Still, it feels like something or someone is missing. Well, no time to think about it now. Class President Maple marches to the head of the room and rattles the blackboard with a pointer, drawing everyone's attention. Ahem! Good morning, class! I hope everyone's excited for the homecoming dance tonight! Whoa-ho! Homecoming, baby! Sylvanas whoops enthusiastically, drawing a handful of laughs. Maple puts her hands on her hips and sighs. Thank you for your input, Sylvanas. As I was saying, it has come to my attention that some of my more ardent supporters believe that I should be class president for life. I appreciate your faith in me. I therefore declare that we are holding a vote. All in favor of me, Maple, becoming class president for life, say yeah. Craig gives a weak yeah. Do I wonder if he even understood the question? And all those opposed say, I hereby relinquish my right to attend homecoming dance. The classroom butts with murmurs and whispers, but nobody opposes her. As I suspected, the yes have won! I am, from here on, the fairly and democratically elected class president for life, Maple. I thank you all for your love and support. Carry on! Maple marches back to her seat, and after a moment of confused silence, Homer returns to the lively chaos from just moments ago. Her spirit doesn't start for a little while. Maybe now's a good chance to talk to some people. Not today. Not today. Yes! What's up? Good morning, Gris. I barely slept last night. I was up studying late. I don't know the feeling. Oh, Gris, Lord knows how you even managed to skate by. It actually really diminishes my faith in the whole institution of education. It's just school, Absa. You shouldn't take it so seriously. I work hard in school because I want to succeed, Gris. Unlike you, I actually have a plan for my future. Oh yeah? What's that? I just said what it was. I'm going to work hard so I can succeed. Success is for losers. Gris, you're an enigma. A very stupid enigma. Okay, so... Eliana! Yes! What's up?
Can you believe that, Maple Gris? What a shameless power grab. She's as crooked as a $2 tuning fork.
I think she just really has a thing for school spirit.
Yeah, right. Are you blind? Are you deaf? 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 Are you so totally unable to understand the rudimentary political maneuvers to not know that she is a power-hungry robber baron looking to seize the crown out from under our very noses?
Huh?
You need to start reading between the layers, Gris. Listen to the writing on the wall. Maple has big plans, and some brave souls gotta stop her.
Okay. And Sylvanos, why not? So, Sylvanos sits at his desk, lifting his backpack up and down, the zipper slightly down. It's filled with weights. He gives me a wolfish grin and the most bro-ish nod I've ever seen as I approach. You're looking pretty swole, Sylvanos. Thanks, Gris. And I'm all natty too, except for the roids. I'd say I'm 10% natty. They give me a skeptical look, which he clearly misreads as me being impressed. He pulls a plastic baggie of powder out of his pocket. And it's all thanks to my proprietary blend, baby. With these bad boys, it'd only take you, I don't know, 2-3 wicks max to get as shredded as me. Wanna give it a shot? I don't know, Sylvanos, but what's in it? Look, I can tell you the ingredients for legal reasons, but I can tell you what they rhyme with. I give him another skeptical look. This time he seems to get the message. Okay, or we could just do it the old-fashioned way. Hitting the gym. What do you say we bust up the Iron Temple after school sometime? Just you and I? It'll be fun. That doesn't sound too bad. Nice. Then it's a date. The word date seems to linger. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm just a little bit while we get connected again. In the meantime, how's your day been? So good so far? Yeah, nice to hear that. I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah. So, I don't know if you noticed, but I've been doing some changes in my layout, taking out the chat because it's not really necessary at this point. I'm basically just starting, and I've seen a lot of people who do not have the chat when they're playing a game. Also, I made the tuber a little bit smaller. I feel like this won't get so much in the way anymore. Oh, we're back. He gives a cloying smile and crosses his arms like he's trying to hold something back. It doesn't work. Okay, just spell it! Who you're asking? Now I got someone in mind. Server's flaming mane flickers especially brightly for a moment. Someone in mind, huh? I knew it! So you're gonna tell me who it is! Ooh, I know who it is! It's the new girl, isn't it? As if on cue, the door bursts open and Clara steps through. She gives a strange, almost suspicious glance into the hallway before shutting the door and slinking to her desk. It is her, isn't it? Clara, right? Yeah, she is kinda cute. Now, I've got someone else in mind. Someone else, huh? Man, I thought I had it! Wait, it's Edelus, isn't it? Or maybe Absa? No, Resser! Definitely Resser! I walk over to Clara and pull a seat next to her desk. Oh, hey! Gris, right? I'm still trying to get all the names down. I remember yours for some reason, though. Heh. Spooky. Why did I say that? Why am I so awkward? So, hey Claren, I was wondering. What was I wondering? Where are you from? Phew. Claren does a quick glance down her watch and scratches back of her head. Oh, here and there. You know, I guess I, travel a lot. I'm a traveler, so I travel. At least I'm not the only awkward one here. That's cool. So, anywhere in particular? Well, that's classified, but... Okay, maybe I can trust you. I know this is gonna sound weird, so bear with me, but I'm actually from... Suddenly the PA system cuts in. A roaring teeny screech. A roaring teeny screech that sounds like it should be coming from an elephant. A cyborg elephant.
This is your esteemed the benevolent Principal Loxodon speaking. First period is beginning in 5 minutes. Please report to your first period classroom in an orderly and pacified manner. And no discussion of the homecoming dance in the hallways. Dawdlers will be punished to the full extent of the Pachyderm law. That is all.
Oh, darn. Class is starting. Talk to you later, Gris. See ya. Aaron grabs her bag and rushes off. Well, at least I'm not the most awkward kid in school anymore. Zetterburn bounds up behind me and gives me a lighthearted jostle. So, how did it go, champ? Get her number? Ugh. Let's just go to class.
Ouch! Well, at least you've got all day. Good luck! Sounds like you'll need it.
Yeah. So, there's Clarin. I love Crack's closet. There's Maple. Forestburn. I guess we'll be talking to Clarin. What's up? Forestburn paces back and forth, nervously behind Clarin, who opens her locker and rifles around for a moment. The nervous hyena takes a step towards her, pauses in trepidation, collects himself, and finally approaches her.
Hi, Clarin.
Oh, hi! Didn't see you there. You're Zetterburn's brother, right? Sideburn. Sideburn?
Forestburn. I wanted to talk to you about something really important.
Sure, what's up?
So I was thinking maybe, you go to the dance with me.
Hey, Clarin, do you know what page the math homework is on? Oh yeah! The math homework, yeah, of course! Hey, I'll talk to you later, Hardburn!
Forestburn.
Forestburn trudges off dejectedly, muttering something under his breath. Wow, so you saw that, huh? Yeah, kind of awkward. Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, Clarin. Hands off my man. I'm not sure I've ever even spoken to him before. Don't get me wrong, there's something kind of alluring about the whole brooding poet thing, but still. Uh-oh. Competition? Oh crap! Bill's about to ring. See you later, Gris. We'll laugh about this later. The PA system suddenly cuts in, ushering us to our new destination.
Proceed to first period immediately.
The rowdy students file into their class, Etherian History 101. I take a seat into the back, near Rassus, Zetterburn, at Attalus, Crag, and Absa. As I look for Clarin in the crowd, she slips into the seat desk beside me. Rassus breathes a long, dramatic sigh.
Man, I'm white. I got none left in the tank.
Let me guess, you just flew in and boy are your arms tired. Ha 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 ha! That's a great joke! That's a great joke, Zetterburn!
For your information, Firebreath, I was out last night with a little ladybird. You sure it wasn't a ladybug?
Ha ha ha! Wow! A slam dunk! Priceless!
You should have seen me, Papa. I was doing some diggity dance moves that would make you cry.
I don't doubt that.
Restor is so cool, you guys. He's got so many tricks with the chicks. Illusions, more like. I don't get it.
Did anybody study for the test today?
There's a test?
With that, Mrs. Granny gently raps on the board with her cane.
All right, class, shut your fucking mouth. Today is your first test of the school year in Etherian history. These are all basic questions about the world around you. You should have no trouble answering them, you little shits.
Okay, Watertown is the blank capital of Aether. It was merchant. What is the name of the military arm of the Air Nation? The Air Armada. Why was a rock wall built? Protect and contain the forest. Who is a rock wall patrolled by? The wall runners. controlled the skies before the air armada? I'm thinking it's this. Elders of the Air Alliance, the Kings with Wings, the Feathers of Flying Fort. Oh, shoot! Where did the Elders of the Air Alliance reside? I guess the mountains. What is the northernmost continent of Aether called? The chill zone. Between the Ice Barrens or the Barren Wastes? I'm gonna do the Ice Barrens. What people live in the Ice Barrens?
The Ice Climbers! Ice Climbers!
The Hyperboreans. What entity protects the Hyperboreans? The Hyperboats. The Glacier Wall. Oh, phooey! What event caused the Air Armada to form? Mass air shortage. Ethereum forest fire, the final of the... Yes. What? I feel a light tap on my shoulder. Hey, Gris! I'm having some trouble with this one. You wouldn't know the answer, would you? Yeah, it's the founding of the Water Trading Company. I'm not sure about that. Nah, I'm sure of it, definitely. Who cares anyway? It's just school. You know, Gris, I admire your cavalier attitude towards the artificial strictures of education establishment. Yeah, exactly.
Enough dawdling! Idle minds are a devil's discotheque, so get your books and get moving!
So I didn't do too well. But I got 7 out of 10. That should be good enough. Ugh, why do you tease me like this? I'm gonna go Arcane. What's up? Hey Gris, check this out! Arcane vanishes into thin air. Moments later, he appears, sopping wet. I just teleported through a toilet. That's gross, Arcane. He disappears again. Moments later, he appears, covered in suds. I just teleported through a shower. Oh, well, alright then. Cool stuff, Arcane. Capacism suddenly cuts in, ushering us to our next destination.
Proceed to second period immediately.
Oh boy, English class. Look at those snoozer. Nothing puts me to sleep faster than Mr. Kai's droning lectures. I don't think I've made it through one class without dozing off. Huh? That's strange. Looks like he's not here yet. Hey, Ileana, catch!
What?
With a clumsy punt, Sylvanos carries his hemp haystack halfway across the classroom in a chaotic arc. Much to Sylvanos' dismay, the ball lands in Arcane's blowhole.
Idiot.
Halfway impressed with his hole-in-one, Sylvanos gives that goofy grin and shrugs as Arcane blows the haystack back. Or at least tries to. The ball lands on Forsberg's desk, who is scribbling furiously over a notebook. My poem! Hey! Which one of you did that? Arcane. It was definitely Arcane. You again, huh? I'm gonna pound the living daylights out of... How about you change your target? Raster, cool as a cucumber, steps between the two and raises his feathered arms in a gesture of peace.
What's your bag, Daddy-O? No one need to get unglued. Let's save the theatrics for after the dance. We don't want to show up with a fresh pair of shiners. Huh.
Disaster averted. Forsman sighs, slumps back into his chair, and gives Arcane the stink eye before getting back into his writing. Arcane gives Raster the closest thing to the thumbs up. His paws can man. Arcane's so cute. Looks like we've got a little time before Mr. Kai shows up. Maybe I can chat with some people to pass the time. What's up? Absa sits at her desk, chewing absent-mindedly at her pencil eraser. She perks up on the wallfly. Oh, Gris, this is kind of embarrassing, but, could I ask you a favor? Sure, I guess. Please don't tell anyone, but I accidentally ate my homework. Can I look at yours? Oh, homework? You ate your homework? It just looks so delicious. The delicate curves of my cursive, the sensitive but firm loops, the off-white college-ruled paper. I couldn't control myself, Gris. Well, I guess you are a goat. Not a goat. The goat! Oh, Absa, I love you so much. So, would you mind if I just looked at yours real quick? It'll be 2 seconds, I promise. I ate mine too. Absa's eyes flutter and she absentmindedly bites her lower lip. Oh, Gris, I didn't realize you had such a refined palate. Well, I guess I'm gonna try to hammer something real fast. Thank you for listening. Hey, Claren. I guess if Hapsa doesn't work out, I might go your route. Clarion is off in a remote part building, furtively tinkering with something on the wall. Every once in a while, she gives a suspicious glance towards the door before resuming her work. Hey, Clarion, what are you up to? She gives a startled jump and then tries to hide whatever it was she was working on. It's not very subtle. Oh, hey, Gris! It kind of surprised me. I'm not really doing anything. Just going over notes, that's all. It looked a little like you were messing around with something on the wall. But okay. Well, okay, maybe a little. I was messing with the PA system, just taking a look inside. Why? I guess I'm just interested in technology. Can I help? Actually... Clarion pauses for a moment to ponder her response. Yeah, you're cool. I think I can tell you. Suddenly, the PA system crackles with static, and Principal Loxodon's dying car horn of a voice blares through.
Bzz. This is your merciful and altruistic Principal Loxodon speaking. Any students caught tampering with official school equipment will be promptly suspended or worse. If you see anyone acting suspicious, report them to me immediately. Resume learning.
Crap. This never happened, okay? I'll explain it all later. See ya. Okay. And finally, Sylvanos. What's up? Psst. Hey, did you do the reading? Maybe some of it. A little. Kind of. No. Oh man, me neither. I mean, I tried. No, really, I did. But I was hyped out of my gourd after taking my pre-workout caffeine. Just had to hit the gym. Sounds like a good time. Man, you're telling me nothing gets me amped up for gains faster than some pre-workout directly from the snout. Though it does make my kidneys hurt. So I got this part where they were riding this magic well over the rainbow, and they found this leprechaun who taught them the secret of the beast dash jump cancels. Fuck you, Sylvanas. I have been killed by that fucking beast. Jump cancel so much. Well, I think that's what happened. I mean, I was seeing wild colors in this embodied arms lifting kettlebells, so who knows? Sounds like it was some potent pre-workout you were partaking in. Oh man, it was transcendent. Hey, you wanna hook up after school and confab over some Olympic bars? Maybe do some exercise too? I think I'm good, thanks. Pretty sure I'm making gains just hanging around you. See you later, Sylvanos. Catch you later. Offer's good if you change your mind. Suddenly the door slams open. Mr. Kai stomps into the classroom and sits down at his desk.
Excuse me, pupils. Excuse me,
How do you... Pupils. Pupils. Hold on a sec. Just give me a moment.
Related in some of the most mispronounced words as well, so make sure to stay tuned and consider subscribing for more learning. How do you say this? Pupil.
Pupil.
You do want to stress on the first.
Okay, got it. Sorry about that. I'm glad that I had that on mute.
Excuse me, pupils. I'm sorry for the delay. I'm sure we're all itching to get our English presentations.
English presentations.
So we'll begin without delay. Okay, would you like to start us out?
Sorry, Mr. Kai. I'll have to go tomorrow. My human ate my homework. Have you student snicker as Mr. Kai folds his arms and rolls his eyes?
You and I will have a word after class, Mr. Orkane. Alright then, how about...
Gulp.
You, Gris.
How did I know he was gonna call me? I didn't even know what a book was about. Slowly shuffled to the front of the class as if the seconds I've wasted will somehow spare me from my inevitable fate. I wanna... Hold on a second. I put this here. Do you see my mouse? No, you don't see my mouse. Yay! Oh shoot, I didn't read that. Well, looks like I have to wing it. Maybe if I talk about what my friends told me before class, I can make it through this. Right. This story, like all stories, begins with a beginning. And like all beginnings, this beginning begins with hungry goats eating everything they see. After a grueling journey, our heroes had to contend with magic whales flying over the rainbow and leprechauns. Overall, the moral of the story is, don't rat out your friends to the man.
That was...
Mr. Kai pauses for a moment to ruminate. I can feel a bead of sweat start to trickle down my forehead. You could cut the tension in the air with a knife.
the most creative interpretation of Animal Farm I've ever heard, Gris. Well done! You get an A+ for your presentation.
I sigh a breath of relief, visibly deflating as I drift back to my desk and melt into my seat.
Now, Sylvanas, would you like to give your presentation?
My human also ate my homework. Yes, yes! Okay, who else do we have? Why do you do this to me? What's up? Gris, I'm exhausted. Oh yeah? What's that? My Babsa is in town and she's driving my mother nuts. Who is driving me nuts? I'm not a squirrel, Gris. I do not like nuts. I hate all nuts. Peanuts, pine nuts, cashews, almonds, dates. A date's not a nut, Gris. Well, it's in the nut family. No, it isn't. It's like a fig. Figs. Figures. The PA system suddenly cuts in, ushering us to our next destination.
Proceed to the third period immediately.
The computer lab looks like it's straight out of the... Ooh, I remember this part. Straight out of the 80s. The computers are so old, they were probably here when my parents went to Aether High. I sit down at the workstation next to Eliana, who slowly hunts and pecks keys with her face. It looks extremely uncomfortable. She gives me an exasperated look. Why don't you use your tail?
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
The computer lab buzzes with energy as the day draws close to its end. Everyone is excited about homecoming and rumors are starting to spread. You're never gonna believe who asked Satterburn to the dance. Oh. I mean, Ayala, really? Like, did she really think she had a shot with, and let's be totally honest here, the guy who's probably going to be picked for homecoming king?
I don't know.
Well, you should hear what's going on around about Gris.
Okay.
My ears suddenly perk up. Oh, I think I heard about that. Isn't Gris going to ask? Absa's tantalizing rumor is cut off when the class door slams open and Professor Swiftwing stumbles ponderously inside. He insists we call him a professor, even though he only has an associate's degree from an Air Armada Community College.
I just flew in from the fire capital, and boy are my... whatever.
The classroom takes on a bewildered then as Professor Swiftwing storms angrily to his desk. When he stumbles over Absa's back, he looks like he's about to explode in rage. Somehow, wills himself back to hold back.
Today isn't the day. Don't speak to me. Don't look at me. Just play the darn computer game. And form your own darn groups. I don't care who you partner with. Not today.
Seems so. Maybe this is my shot to chat up my crush. First, menu. I'm gonna... Can I save here? No, I cannot. No, I cannot save. Oh, I cannot choose Absa. Why? Why do you tempt me so? Fine, I guess I'm gonna get the second, the one that I've been. Okay, so I have been working Claire and Absa and Sylvanos, so I guess I'm going for Sylvanos. Wanna partner up? So you wanna be my lab partner, huh? Can't say I'm surprised. Who wouldn't want to be my lab partner? Got 4-foot shelf. Got dealt lad's glutes roots. I'm a sight to behold. A bit of a modern marvel. If you will, and you will. Because if you won't, well, it doesn't matter because who wouldn't? Can't help that I'm a heartthrob. Can't help with that when I walk into a room, everyone's eyes become glued to me, and Bodhi, well, I suppose I could help it. I suppose I could stop going to the gym. I suppose I could just sit around and eat chips and watch TV. Let my muscles turn to jelly. Let my life turn to dust. But it's not just not in my nature. Is that in your nature, Gris? You know, you're not so ugly. You're not a 100% wreck. I've seen disasters. I've been part of disaster relief programs. I've given first aid to highly maimed faces. Tried to restore life to dead bodies. And from all I've seen, you're not a far guy. You just need a workout regimen, and a diet, and a sleep schedule, and some powders, which I can get for you. And you need to cut out all solids from your life. Only liquids and gases from here on out. And you're gonna be a bit gassy at first. But that's normal. It's a transition. Your body needs time to readjust. You see, you've been treating your body like it's a roll of rental toilet paper. But you own it, and you can't trade it. Oh shoot, so you gotta make it worth your while. It's not complicated. And it doesn't take much. You only need a few things. You need a kettlebell, you need a medicine ball, you need a pull-up bar, you need some resistance rockers, you need a 12-foot bicycle bench. And these are just some of the basics. You'll eventually need the more advanced toys, such as a swing shot tension rod or the Riptide push bar. This will really get you to peak fitness. That'll get you to Sylvanas tier muscle density. So what do you say? Can I introduce some equipment? Maybe some floating powders? Got loads of stuff at my uncle's place. We'll sell it to you for cheap. Cheap as bricks. Yeah, computers were never my strong suit, and I feel like I've demonstrated that more than adequately today. Master Swiftwing, trembling so angrily he can barely contain himself, stomps over to me and puts his hand on my shoulder. Looks like things aren't going so hot over here, huh? Computers are really not my best subject. I'm going to have to make a note of this in the log. What's your name? Bradshaw. That's Bradshaw, by the way. Okay, Bradshaw. I'm sure your parents won't be happy to hear about this at all. Probably not. Class over, I grab my bag and bolt into the hallway before Bradshaw or anyone else can call me out of my stolen identity. There's Maple, Absa, and Razzo. Oh wow, this is an easy choice. What's up? Gris, I ate a whole bush for breakfast this morning. Wow, what do you usually eat for breakfast? Just a bit of brush, usually. This bush, it was delicious. I couldn't stop eating it. I started nibbling at it, and next thing I knew, I was teething at it at twigs. What kind of bush was it? I don't know. I've never seen a bush like this before. The leaves were a deep magenta. They had soft pink flowers, and a delicate scent, reminiscent of sage and fennel. So looks up and starts daydreaming. Absa? She's unresponsive. The PA system suddenly cuts in, ushering us to our next destination.
Proceed to your homerooms for final attendance.
What a day. A surprise history test, an English presentation for a book that I didn't read, and a computer lab. And I haven't gotten to the hardest part. Give me a moment. Ah, where's my phone? It's telling me that I need to shut the fuck up. Phone. Give me a moment. Ah, where's my phone? It's ringing and I can hear it on my... Silly Gris, you left it in the restroom. And I haven't even gotten to the hardest part. Asking someone to the dance. I plop down into my seat and close my eyes, tuning out the homeroom chaos as I take deep meditative breaths. Okay, I can do this. I've been going over the lines in my head for the last hour. Play it cool. Be like Raster. No, I couldn't pull it off. Just be myself. Be genuine. Sincere, like Craig. Or maybe sensitive and brooding like Firstborn. But a little funny, too, like Arcane. Or maybe... Oof! Satterburn breaks my trance with an overly enthusiastic pat on the back and sits down to my other side of my table, straddling his seat with a swagger of a spaceship commander. So? School's almost over. You're gonna ask anyone to the dance or you're chickening out? I'm just... psyching myself out right now. Yeah, I got you. I'm kinda doing it vicariously through you. So? Who are you asking? You know, I heard a rumor going around about you and Bradshaw. Ugh. I'm just yanking your chain. Really, though. I've heard some things going through the grapevine, amigo. Or, is it amiga? I'm not doing so caliente in Spanish class. You know, in Spanish, there's no neutral voice for several things, including friend. Like, friend in in English is neutral. But in English, it's amigo or amiga. But the closest thing that you can say is amistad, which means friendship. And this is it. It's time to do it. Time to finally ask someone to dance. But who's it going to be? We said it's going to be Absa. Let's do our best. Ha ha! I knew it! I flipping knew it! Seriously, I ship you two. I can't help but roll my eyes. Really though, I could kinda tell. I mean, the way you've been sneaking looks at this whole conversation. Hey, get to it! School's almost over! You're gonna knock it out of the park! I'm sure of it. Hey, Absa. So, Gris, what did a school day end up being? Did you manage to pass any of your classes? Not just passed, I aced every single one of them. Absa's taken aback. Her cheeks gain a rosy glow. Oh, Gris. That's really impressive. I had no idea that you were so dedicated to your education. What can I say? If someone can be too cool for school, I must be a real freaking loser. Well, I think you're pretty cool, Gris. Absa awkwardly fiddles with her horns. Well, in that case, you wouldn't mind coming to the dance with me tonight, then? Not at all, Gris. That sounds wonderful. Absa scales back her excitement after drawing a few looks. I mean, sure, Gris. I suppose that sounds wonderful. Great! Pick you up at 6. See you then. That's why I main you! I main you and Satterburn, actually. But, Absa was my main for a really long time. I really like to change my main every so often, but these two are kind of like my go-to. But I haven't played Rivals in so long. Man. The last bell rings. Absa jumps and then hides her flushed face. I laugh and then pick up my bag and head to the bus. I think about what an awesome day this was and how I've still got all of tonight to look forward before it's over. Yay! She has chocolate! Ooh. Okay, let's take that out because I don't know if it's, what's the word? Copyrighted. Yes, and that's how yearly Lovers of Aether run! Wasn't that fun? I mean, can you tell that I have a favorite? I'm very easy that way. So that was it for Lovers of Aether. And we are going to be playing a second game tonight. I need to just set it up. Give me one moment and I'll be right back. Okay, folks, you heard it. If you're familiar with that sound, you know what it means. It's Resident Evil 4 time. That's a save room sound. So, today we're going to play a standard Resident Evil session. You know, as you all know and love it. Let's go for a new game. Just kidding, this is Resident Evil Otome Edition. A jokey joke game done where you play as Ashley, choosing between the several eligible bachelors. 2004. I'll never forget it.
Talk about near-death experience. Ashley, get out of there!
It was the year everything changed. I became the president's daughter, and soon after, the target of a cult.
The president's daughter, in order to give her our power, and then send.
Many years have passed since that horrendous incident. And in all that time, I've never told anyone my side of the story. My name is Ashley Graham, and it's about time.
Chapter 1. Holding on to a hero. Just before I continue, let me just make sure that I have it. Oh, okay, alright. Okay, this is a long game. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to finish it. But if we don't, then a new tradition will be born. This is supposed to be like a long game, apparently, depending on how much you read or how fast you read. But luckily, I know Resident Evil 4 by heart, so well, just how it proceeds, you know, how it goes from point A to point B and so on and so forth. So I know when we'll get to a point where it's going to take longer than we expect, or where we are going to finish it in the time that we have allotted for today. Oh my god. I put it to preload per chapter, and so many episodes in chapter 1 alone. Dang. Sure, we're gonna episodic preloading. Speaking of which, I've already played the original trilogy for Resident Evil. I might play the remakes, well, not the remakes, but like 0, 1, and 4. Again, maybe? No, Code Veronica. Code Veronica I should play. Code Veronica is such a weird game. I wish they did a remake for it, so that they can fix all the things that are like, you know... I don't think you would be able to redo it the same way that it was originally. You would have to change a couple of things, because even for its time, it was pretty contentious. But my biggest qualm with the game, rather than the whole gender thing that is iffy, that was iffy at the time, even more now, and the whole mental issues, is Steve's voice. God damn, I hated his voice so much. It was not a bad voice, but I hated it for a Resident Evil game. Especially with, with the classic Resident Evil dialogue and cadence.
Hey, Claire. Ugh.
Yeah, that was really my biggest qualm with it. the rest of the game was pretty good for its time. It was the first Resident Evil that did not have pre-rendered backgrounds, as different from the other three before it. It had full 3D backgrounds, and you can tell that it was the first time that they were, applying that technology and everything. It was clunky to hell and back. And oh my god, how many episodes in chapter 1? We're up to episode 12. Okay. If we don't finish this, I already know that it's going to be preloading per episode. So that we just have a little bit of commentation doing through episode from episode to episode. But I'm not sure if I should do like 0-1 Code Veronica as if it was a different trilogy, then do 4, 5, and 6 as a different one, and then do remix, or if I should just go through the games in order. I'm really not sure. I think I'm gonna do that like I did the original trilogy, yay! Then I'm gonna do 0, 1, and Code Veronica. Then I'm gonna do 4, 5, and 6. And oh my god, I'm not looking forward to 5. I've never really finished it, but I do not have anyone to play it with. I'm going to bite finger, have to socialize, or play it on my own, which I don't know which one's worse, which one I'm looking the least forward to. And Resident Evil 6, as far as I know, well, to start, I already have that one, so yay! And what I have played, it doesn't have bad AI for the co-op person, so it might be good to do that. And then after that, I can play, 7, 2, 3, and then 8 and 9, maybe? No. After 6, I should probably play, what's the word? Either the rail shooters, or the one that was a 3DS exclusive first, and then they they put it in a computer. I would probably play the 3DS one. I know there's a way to stream the 3DS footage into a computer, and I have my 3DS with the game, so I might actually take advantage of that. Not gonna lie, it's Revelations. I haven't finished it. That's mostly because I got stuck in a part where there's a pretty difficult boss, and I refuse to play it easier. And if I had to play it easier, I would still have to play everything again. So it's literally just an issue of I had to get good, and at the time, I was busy, so I didn't continue. And right now, if I try to pick it up from there, it's gonna be stressful. So I might need to start over from scratch anyway. So I might actually do that. Play Revelations 1, 2, and I'm guessing there was another game. Let's see, a list of all the Resident Evil games. So no Outbreak, unless I get people to play it with. I don't really feel like playing it on my own. Oh, I see. Revelations was before 6. Yeah, because it was like and we are sorry that Jill wasn't in the main line Resident Evil. Here's this. And then there was Resident Evil 6. Sorry. Accidental Spanish. And then after Resident Evil 6, it was like, we're sorry that we didn't include Claire, and they made Revelations 2. Okay, so I can play Revelations 1 and Revelations 2, and let's see. Well, there's a Mercenaries for the 3DS. I refuse to pray. Oh no, there's Umbrella Core. That's not canon, is it? Is Umbrella Core's canon? There's a character called Honker. Yeah, no, it's definitely not canon because it happens throughout Resident Evil 2 and you meet Leon and can try to kill him or whatever. Oh, I could go for Dead Aim. You know, I might actually go for Dead Aim. Because I think I mentioned it before in the stream that I really think that the Dead Aim, the Morpheus, the bad guy from that game, might be the bad guy for Resident Evil 9. Oh, we're there. Episode 1, Resolving the Nightmare.
Phew, exams are done. Thank goodness. Yeah, can't believe I'm gonna make a C in government. Can just hear Daddy griping about it. Think of the headlines, Ashley. Think of the headlines. Ashley, President's daughter can barely pass college government course. Administration's credibility in doubt. It's not that it was hard, it's just supremely dull. Political theory is already tedious, and it didn't help that Dr. Devereaux is a total mandroid. Where are all the young, passionate teachers? That's what my generation needs. That is always pushing me to find a pet project. Well, I guess I'll have plenty of time to think of a pitch on the way back to DC. For now, better hurry and find my driver before Jana fishes her Sam. She's never more than a few minutes behind me. I'm starting to think it's intentional. I pulled out my phone to call my driver, only to find that the battery had died while I was taking my exam. Darn, I really need to remember to charge this thing more often. I don't need Daddy griping at me about that too. Well, at least John is a predictable sort. He'll probably be just outside my residence hall. Started walking towards my sorority building, and quickly spotted my driver's usual car. The person standing next to the car, however, was anything but expected. Excuse me, sir, but are you looking for me?
You're Ashley Graham.
Yes. Listen, if this is about my father's recent statement about slashing the veteran's budget, I don't—
No, I'm your bodyguard. I've been sent by a president to escort you back home.
Oh. Oh, that told me that I would be getting a new bodyguard.
Got you off guard, didn't I?
In the flesh. Cut you off guard, didn't I?
Yeah, definitely. Although, did something change? Dad said I wouldn't meet my new bodyguard until I got back home.
Yes.
Yes, what?
Yes to that. Change of plans. We received intel suggesting that you might be a target for a kidnapping.
What? Here in the hallowed halls of Harvard?
We don't know exactly, but they didn't want to take any chances. That's why I'm here.
What's with the devious chuckle? Probably just another dude who thinks his muscles are a good replacement for tact. In there, down them. Well, Mr. Bodyguard, do you have a name to go by?
It's Klaus.
Klaus, eh? Is that German? Or Austrian, maybe? You do remind me a little of Arnold Schwarzenegger, with the muscles and the scowl.
When I was in the military, a few did call me the Terminator.
Yeah. I really don't want to know the context.
Hey, don't go anywhere.
Huh. Can't say I would have pinned him as a delicate recycler. It really doesn't pay to stereotype. Oh, he put the thing in the trash can.
Anyway, are you ready to go?
Well, I was thinking of grabbing a few things from my dorm room.
We'll arrange for it to be brought to you. To know who we can trust out here.
Oh, come on. It will only take a few minutes. Besides, my roommate... Hey, Ashley, wait up! I looked to my right to see Janet running towards us, much faster than one would think possible in 6-inch heels. Klaus, do you know what that sound is?
No.
It's the sound of bitch. I made an A in government, and I'm here to gloat. I can't be here for this. Act like we're in a hurry, Klaus.
Some of us are, Ash.
I waved dismissively to Jenna as I approached the passenger door. Sorry, Jenna, I'm kind of in danger. I'll write you an AIM. Wait, how do you say that? Is it AIM or AIM?
Let's go for AIN.
I'll write to you on AIN.
Klaus and I left inside the car. It's just a little neater than John usually keeps it, but it still smells like he's alone. Because Klaus doesn't get his own ride. It's a small cost on the war and terror that you don't think about.
Finally.
No, stop complaining and just go.
Consider it done.
Klaus started up the car. She kept me from hearing what Jana was trying to say as she ran up to the door. Ashley! Ashley! She slams that piece of paper against the glass. Look, I got an A! What did you get? What did you get? Did you get less than an A? I bet you got less than an A, you whore! No, wait, no. No undermining. Nope. I just want to make a joke about how she would laugh, and let's just go. I hate that I have to indulge her just to keep her from gossiping about me to the press. She doesn't even want to talk to me. She just wants to compare bodyguards and grades. Well, Klaus, you're part of the Grammarly now, so you should roll down the window and tell Jenna how important your mission is. Maybe then she'll go away. Ashley, is this your new bodyguard? Oh god, what? Oh my god, Cloud, did you just blow up Jenna?
Just a flash grenade. So somebody popping their head out of the bushes behind her.
Yeah, it's called a paparazzi. They practically live in bushes. Have you not worked with famous people before? You heard it here first, folks. All paparazzis are lesbians. Male paparazzis, lesbians too. Non-binaries, I'm sorry, lesbian. Arrow Ace, too bad. Assigned lesbian at Bush. A-Lab.
Just a bunch of flies looking for shit. Where's the harm in swatting a few?
Because those flies are people, Cloud. People who can file lawsuits. With Jenna roped in, oh my gosh, she'll be fitting quotes to the tablets for weeks.
Just trying to have fun.
Relax, princess. Just trying to have fun. Besides, a couple of weeks from now, I doubt anybody's gonna care.
That's you're so optimistic, but just humor me by going for a more low-key fun from now on, okay? If anybody asks, we'll just fall back on the kidnapping thread you mentioned.
Sounds like a plan.
As Klaus drove away, I looked at Jenna as she stumbled around blindly, groping at air. Ashley! Where are you? Did you see my A? That should have concerned me more at the time, but pettiness is a hell of a drug. That's my...
Episode 2. Take me on a joyride.
Wouldn't have taken Klaus for the Samba type. I wonder if he's gay. Did I not just say it doesn't pay to spare type? I'm getting worried that hypocrisy is hard-coded into a Gram Fam gene pool. Also, Ashley, I'm sorry, girly, but that's not salsa, that's flamenco. Still, I wish he'd say something. It's downright claustrophobic in here. Maybe he'd entertain a few questions. But seriously, what do I say? How much for fun are steroids? There's gotta be something. I turned off the music knob down a little and Klaus' eyes darted toward me. Definitely should avoid the steroid question. I love those. Hold on. Oh, I can't save. No. Okay. We only got one shot then. Let's be fun and flirty about that scar. So, how did you get that scar? If you don't mind me asking.
What scar?
Oh, nothing. Must just be in the light. Oh yeah, there's no scar. Oh no, it is there. Poor man must be sensitive to the sloppy concealer job. Should try to be more thoughtful and encouraging out her explorations. Once I've rallied from this, I'll certainly give him some tips. Not my driver. So, I can't believe John didn't even say anything to me. I know he didn't like me that well, but he was my bodyguard for at least 2 years. Did you meet him before you came here?
Yeah, I saw him.
Oh yeah? What did he say?
Good riddance.
Well, that's unkind, but it does sound like something Jung would say. Oh well, hopefully we'll get along better.
I think we're gonna get along just fine.
Oh, me too! You know, throwing grenades at John and I was standing. I mean, it was kind of funny in hindsight, but it's like Dad's always telling me we have to anticipate the optics.
In my world, the optics are for bureaucrats to worry about. They get stuff done.
Right. Manufacturing and all. But latest on battlefields, Claw. We like a little sensitivity. Right. You know, it's like that other thing Dad's always saying. The tongue is a gun best left in its holster. Unless you're a boyfriend. Dad doesn't know about, of course.
Enough chit-chat, we're taking a detour.
A detour? Where? Klaus!
Klaus swerved into the dirt road of the highway. The speed that he was going, I felt like my intestines had become a trampoline for my stomach. Oh, I didn't get to ask about this love life. Oh well. The path eventually leveled as we came into a clearing. Oh, sorry. Actually.
The path eventually leveled as we came into a clearing, allowing me to complain properly. What's the big deal, Klaus? You're not Mad Max!
They wanted you back as ASAP. As ASAP as possible. Just doing my job.
At this rate, he might not have his job for a whole lot longer.
Alright, we're here. Let's go.
Klaus brought the car to a screeching halt and motioned for me to get out. Where is here exactly?
It's a helipad. We're gonna fly. You okay with that?
Not if you're gonna cop an attitude. This guy is something else. He's being all pissy with me, but it's not like I support the bill for veterans budget cuts. Digging out your aggression, the sweet summer child, just isn't right.
Oh yeah, this was the time of Game of Thrones.
Looking around, we seemed to be a suspiciously empty and remote helipad. I had a sinking feeling in my gut that something was amiss. Hey Cloud, is this an official US military helipad? I've been to a bunch, but this seems a little underfunded.
A little too quick for you?
You're catching slow, as expected.
I am not in the mood for your snark, Klaus. Tell me what's going on right now.
Now we're talking.
Now we're talking. You've been kidnapped, Ash. The rest isn't for you to worry about.
How could you do this to me? Do our mutual nicknames mean nothing to you?
It was fun while it lasted.
Is this about money? My dad can give you money.
Sorry, girlie. What I want is access to Lord Saddler, and you're the payment.
Lord who? My god, what kind of political scandals am I getting wrapped up in this time?
Huh, almost let it slip. Enough talk. Time to fly, princess.
You're mine.
Klaus, god fucking damn it, not again! You know, that's a literal war crime!
Episode 3. I have a mouth, but I can't scream.
I awoke, disoriented. Am I dreaming? I feel as heavy as I do when I eat a dozen Krispy Kremes. Not that I've ever done that. Yesterday. Ugh, I remember now. That bastard Klaus knocked me out. Did he tie me up? And why do I feel cold? Ugh, I just feel so tired. But I gotta push past it. Come on, Ashley, open your eyes. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Ew. Oh my Christ, it's a Cenobite.
Ah, our precious friend is awake. Surprising.
Wait, no, I think it's just a really ugly wizard. Not that he couldn't be both. I mean, what was Pinhead but a wizard of pain? But more to the point, oh god, I don't want to be tortured.
Be at peace, Ashley. You are a guest of honor.
Guest of honor? In what? North Korea?
I hope you don't mind receiving gifts from an older gentleman, Ashley. It is a once-in-a-lifetime gift. After all matched in the world. Freedom. Not your Hollywood version of freedom, no. True freedom. From burden, responsibility, indecision. You will never... Why? You will never have another worry in your mind. The blissful ignorance of your youth will be everlasting.
What is this guy talking about? He's blathering about freedom and I'm strapped to what feels like a dentist chair. Darren might kill me before he does. Wait a second. Is that the Lord Saddleman that Klaus mentioned? Why does he look like he just came from a gothic rant fair? And slightly more importantly, why does he look like he's lived 3 lifetimes?
Doesn't that sound wonderful? free from the confusion and filth of this world, living in endless bliss. Is that not the very essence of heaven? Well, that's like the exact argument my Sunday school teacher gave to encourage abstinence. Didn't work then, and it won't work now. Your resistance is natural. Few people embrace change so readily, but you will see the light soon enough. Ew. Great, a real Aunt Lydia type. That will be easy to reason with. Stay calm, Ashley. Your kidnapping survival course prepare you for this exact scenario. You just need to apply its lessons wisely. First, knowledge is power. Second, courtesy is a password to safety. And let's save. Third, if you look back, you'll soon be going that way. Wait, this might just be 14 cookie sayings. But hey, point made, which is that I need to ask some more questions. You a televangelist? Are you Pat Robertson? What's that? You'll have to forgive an old man his hearing. Jeez, I can barely get a word out, just like my early days in the debate team. If I've learned anything from the debate team, it's to not dwell on a tough question. Next. Tired as I feel, I clearly basting in sedatives, so a simple question is probably for the best. Gotta push past the fatigue. Where am I? Where are you? Suppose there's no harm in you knowing now. You are in Spain. But don't worry. Stay back. But don't worry. You won't be here for long. You'll go as quickly and quietly as you came. Screw you. What was that? What? There's another person in the room? Yes, Barto. Seems like our precious guest would like your assistance in obtaining our power. He also wants you to not have a cow, man. Lord Sadler. God alive! It's like Diet Butterball! Yes, moving to my periphery, thanks. Looks like I won't be eventually traumatized. Now, my minion, remember to put the needle in very slowly. We wouldn't want to hurt our new friend after all. I felt a prick at the nape of my neck, followed by something shooting to my bloodstream. Something squirmy. Ew, ew, ew. Imagine that feeling. Imagine feeling that squirm in your neck. Oh my god. Gross, 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 gross. I would have felt more revolted if I had the energy. A perfect penetration, Barto. You're really living up to your name. Cerebros, cerebros, cerebros. Translation: brains, brains, brains. Grossling. Please stop! Yes, I will feed you after you finish sweeping up the room. Now go. I could feel my already tenuous consciousness beginning to fade again. I struggled to stay awake, but it was in vain. The only comfort was the departure of this hideous man. As eternal darkness swallowed me, I uttered a single prayer to whoever could hear. Save me, Superman! Ashley's call was absorbed by the darkness. Nice. Father, I brought you Sarah as you asked. Good. No, that's a priest. Good. Place him in the dresser and lock it tightly. Will the Lord punish him for what he stole from us, Father? That depends entirely on the good doctor and his cooperation. Whether or not he chooses to atone, we will regain what is ours. Father Mendes! Speak, my child. The American agent! He has been spotted outside the village! Let us set our plan into motion. Has the president's daughter been secured? Yes, Father. She is in the church. Good. We must keep the agent from reaching her. You, return to the village and instruct the others to deter him at all costs, but keep him alive if you can. As a precaution, take this file and leave it in a village, somewhere the American will likely find it. If you do not capture him first, you should guide him here. Then I will deal with him personally. Yes, Father, under your eye. Consider your remaining time a gift, Sarah. Hopefully you will not squander this one. Episode 4. You've entered an insane world. Ugh, what is this? Santa's alarm clock? I covered my ears until the ringing stopped. The sound seemed like one of those old church bells they use at European cathedrals. Apparently, that's only romantic from a distance. Sound gone, I took inventory of my surroundings. Looks like some kind of dingy storage room. Considering the drumline competition now playing in my skull, I assume I'm in the storage room of a church. I got up and rustled the doorknob for formality's sake, but of course, it was locked tight. I'm really regretting taking construction as an elective instead of locksmithing. Seriously, when am I ever going to drive a bulldozer? I see what you did there. I poked around the room a bit, but it was barren. Nothing but barrels and sacks and hopelessness. So kind of like Motel 9, but even more urine smell. I slumped back down against one of the barrels and gave the full weight of my attention to my predicament. So I'm in Spain. Probably a poor part of Spain if the driving room is anything to go by. Klaus was a trap. An ugly old man saddled me with something against my will as part of his New World Order. And I'm famished. Hey there, God. It's me, Ashley. Could really use some help right now. Anything you've got. Just deposit it right into my brain. I promise I'll pay you back.
Hold on, I'm just saving.
Oh, my tracking device. Yeah, it was in my scarf. Oh, bless you, John, for hassling me about that every freaking day. I hurriedly dubbed my hands into the fabric of my scarf. Oh no, no. It's gone. God damn it. I probably shouldn't think that in a church. At least that's what I would say if this wasn't the house of the devil. But seriously, who knows where it dropped? Class could have found it while we were in the helicopter and flown out to sea. I'm just... So, it isn't fair. And with that realization, the dam broke. For several minutes, I cried openly and cursed my terrible fate. My throat became coarse and my gulping sobs quickly took the tone of a rusted jeer. What? Ah! Blood! Oh god, what's going... Ah!
It was the highest I can scream.
Wait, do you think Ashley is a snork me or a honk shoe kind of sleeper? Let's go for delicate and elegant. I woke suddenly, startled by some weird sounds coming from outside. Not quite hard in my ears, but the very sound of one dealt mean for my health. My gut reaction was it was just some more of those cue balls coming to pray for whatever it is to pray for. Master Slav, Rogaine, I don't know. The movement is different though. It's like something largely creaking back and forth. Weird. Some kind of ritual maybe? And by ritual I obviously mean shunting. Okay, what is shunting? I need to find out. What is shunting? Oh, okay. So it's a mechanical noise. Okay, got it. Sweet merciless God, I'm imagining it now. Oh, it's the worst thing. It was quiet for a minute, then I heard the dry screech of a mechanism rising. Steps drawing nearer, closing on my makeshift prison. Oh my god, they're coming for me! What did Saddle want with me again? To make me the orgy queen? I don't know, because I don't listen to Ugly Old Man, but it probably was that. Well, if they think I'm gonna be fertilized without a fight, they're gonna learn a hard lesson and being sorely mistaken. I spotted a plank of wood on the ground next to me. Since appropriate for this unholy space, let's see how well it fits on my eyeballs. The doorknob gave a creaky sigh as it began to turn. My heart raced. My eyes darted from the door to the plank. Now or never. Ashley!
Don't come!
Well, someone gather some Dragon Balls and call me Yamcha, because I'm about to be dead!
Hey, take it easy.
How dare he tell me to take it easy after what happened with Klaus? Ashley Graham is nobody's fool! No, get away! I persisted as I ran back to the barrels. I wonder if he'd lose sight of me if I had the barrel between us two at eye level. Just because it sounds stupid doesn't mean it won't work.
Calm down. Everything's gonna be just fine. My name's Leon. I'm under the President's order to rescue you.
I wish that I would have told Dad that I loved him more and that my mom is having enough. Wait.
What? My father?
My body surged forward out of sheer relief. I'm saved! It's Christmas miracle! My heartbeat began to slow a little, giving me a chance to examine my rescuer in full.
That's right. And I have to get you out of here. Now come with me.
Awooga! Insert horde noise from Tex Avery. But dump.
As my eyes feasted on the Adonis in front of me, my vision became inexplicably clouded by bubbles and sparkles. My brain also started playing a song I think I heard in a laxative commercial one time. Yeah. If you're having issues with Laxapro, make sure to talk to your doctor. You know, that kind of says, if you just push hard enough, all your dreams will come true and your business will thrive. The point is, I'm saved, baby, and by a super hot dude! Hooray! I had a million questions to ask him, but my tongue was dragging on the floor in the wake of his sexiness, so I just followed him instead.
Episode 5. Leon the Professional.
As soon as I was up, Liam pulled what looked like an old walkie-talkie. Wow, I haven't seen one of those in a while. Thought those lines were notoriously easy to jack. Oh, I know, he's using it because no one would suspect a US agent would use such outdated tech. Genius.
It's Leon. I've succeeded in extricating my subject.
I love a man with big vocabulary. He could extricate me anytime. Oh, wait. Well, I guess he's already is.
Where's the extraction point? Got it. I'm on my way.
I wanted to make conversation since I hadn't spoken to anyone who wasn't a Gross or a Klaus for an indeterminate time. But he seemed busy? Breaking barrels. What was that number and why do the world's Liam Barrel Blast seem so prominent in my thoughts? Is this Copen? Anyway, maybe he's making sure there's no cultist spies hiding in the barrels. I sure wouldn't want to be them right now. With every barrel decimated, I thought he might at least ask me about my general state of health, but instead he moved briskly towards the door. Is he the kudere type? You know, those that are like really silent and only show affection once you're close and shit? Hope not. There's always a bummer in a crisis, especially emotional ones. Well, the testosterone is palpable. Her face. But hey, any dude can open a door for a lady, and it takes a real gentleman to open them in a way that reflects how badly she wants to exit said door. We ran down the snaking corridor and approached a ladder. Someone carry me up this thing? That seems crazy. But par for the course, I guess. Before I could even look over the edge, Leon jumped to the ground below, landing with a confident thud. Now here's a man who doesn't waste any time. Well, when in Spain? Yeah! Ah! Geez, I know I get a little ditzy around cute guys, but that wasn't necessarily impulsive. Kind of like I wasn't even in control of myself. In any case, I should probably get out of his arms so it doesn't seem like I'm enjoying it as much as I am. Oh man, how great would it be if there was just a platoon of equally hot secret services waiting outside the church, ready to escort me out of this nightmare. My reverse harem story begins now. Before we could even reach the door, a familiar voice chimed in behind us.
I'll take the girl.
That voice! That's the huskiness of an old pervert if I ever heard one.
Who are you? If you must know, my name is Osmond Sadler, the master of this fine religious community.
Did he seriously refer to himself as an awesome saddle? He might as well wear a sign on his face that said proud to be a celibate. Then he at least be doing the world 2 favors.
What do you want?
I know that I would hate this guy's face in high definition. Like, I feel like I'm becoming an atheist retroactively just by looking at him.
To demonstrate the world, the whole world, our outstanding power, of course. No longer will the United States think they can police the world forever. So we kidnap the president's daughter in order to give her our power and then send her back.
No. Suddenly and regrettably, I was awash in memories of the injection. So that's why they wanted me. In short, I'm the unwilling female ruler in men's dick measuring contest. Tell us all this time. Well, in the spirit of saying the quiet part out loud, I guess I should add some context. I think they shot something in my neck.
I'm gonna try to repeat every audible dialogue to try to emulate them better. What did you do to her? We just planted her a little gift. Oh, it's gonna be one hell of a loving father. I thought I might bargain for quite a lot of money to keep this church up and running.
Admittedly, I was fawning over the protective growl in Leon's voice. Didn't really pay a lot of attention to the last part. Something about gifting some plants to my dad in exchange for donations. Chuck's a new pal. My dad hates charities and the environment.
Paid money will lead nowhere, Sadler.
That's right, Leon. You stick it to the prosperity gospel.
Oh, I believe I forgot to tell you that we gave you the same gift when I was unconscious.
My god, but he looks fine from this angle. Wait, what? Same gift? Oh, Leon, no. We'll bond over this, I promise.
Special contributions. My puppets. You'll do as I say, and I'll have total control. Revolutionary.
God, this whole evil dude resides evil planet thing is wicked boring. Someone really needs to awaken him from this world of cliches. Maybe Leon should do it. With a bullet.
Sounds more like an alien invasion if you ask me.
Verbal bullets are not bullets, Leon. Suddenly we were blocked from the exit by more diet butterballs. Maybe Leon's onto something here. Not gonna lie. Confidence marks of that what now bitch variety are undeniably sexy. Too bad it's in a face that has all the dating potential of a garbage bag. Ooh la la, Leon. You thinking what I'm thinking? Drop these fools in a dramatic western shootout. Or we can run away, that's cool too, and maybe even safe. Oh! That was way too close! Freaking crossbow nerds! Is there any more insufferable enemy type? Leon pulled me to the end of the corridor, but all I could see was a glass window. Maybe he doesn't know what to do after. Ah! Before I could even vocalize my surprise, we crashed through the window, and quite easily, I might add. It's a weird, subtle display of wealth, importing sugar windows from Hollywood rather than supporting the local glass economy. For all his beef with America, Saddle must like our movies, which don't explain why he hired Klaus. It's all very dangerous and stupid, but what cool stuff isn't? I landed about as well as Dad's first TV debate, but to be fair, I wasn't really prepared for die-hard-esque shenanigans. Gentleman to his core, Leon jumped to my aid in a flash.
You okay?
Physically, still in one piece. Psychologically, crumbling. Still, I didn't want to lie to him, so I just evaded the question like I do in all my political interviews.
Leon, what's gonna happen to us?
Leon, what's gonna happen to us? I know it was a pointless question, but I felt like I was entitled to a little neediness. Besides, guys love that stuff. Or Sattler adding Cosmo.
Don't worry. We got into this mess. We can get out of it.
I like how he says we as if it were 100% my fault, but hey, if he's okay with cutting me all the slack, who am I to disagree? My heart swelled as Leon took hold of my arm, his grasp both tender and protective. It's a truth universally acknowledged that a single woman in so much danger must be in the want of a bodyguard, and boy, did I get one.
Episode 6. I don't want to be buried in a cold cemetery. Once we were both up, I huddled close to Leon. Looking around, it seemed like we had landed in some kind of external storage. There was little in the room aside from some bags and barrels, but I didn't imagine we'd loiter for long. But Leon had other plans. Oh, Leon, not again. Is this some kind of hobby of his? Maybe barrels killed his parents and now he's sworn to destroy all barrel kind. Are you Jumpman in Donkey Kong? Oh, I hadn't noticed it before. I was salivating over Leon, but there's some good stuff in these barrels. Ammo, gold, and some kind of plant material, you know, resources. Leon grabbed the goods and shoved them into his pockets. Guess that explains his obsessive interest in barrels. But who keeps its stuff in barrels in such sparse quantities? Is it some kind of rural geocaching? Looking for bullets and pocket change down at the local church? Spain is weird. You know what's also weird? That we're not being shot full of arrows. I look back at the shattered window. That satellites had more than enough time to follow us. We're only a few feet down and would make for pathetically easy targets. And yet, nada. Fish in a barrel and look at me. Flop, 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 flop. Nothing. Still breathing. No, wait. Fish in a barrel are out of water, so never mind. This analogy is not going anywhere. Does their cult Bible prohibit them from exploiting obvious advantages? Are they having a synergy meeting? Are they just sad about their broken splendos? I shrugged my questions aside, knowing there were probably no answers. If there were, they were probably not worth knowing. I looked back at Leon, who finally seemed satisfied I had fully raided the church's provisions. We hustled over to the door and made our way outside. As we ran to the front of the church building, rain whipping ominously around us, we encountered what looked to be an angry mob of villagers. Sorry about that? My cell phone. They were just groaning at first as they ambled slowly towards the church. Then a few of them started to shout. A stranger. There he is. Don't let him escape. Here's another regret for the pile. Zoning out in high school Spanish. Something about not letting the forest here escape. I don't know, foreign languages is hard. We slowly inched our way down the path, presumably to see how they would react. I half hoped they might just be around here to fight the man for raising taxes and stealing their chickens. But them lunging towards us with death in their eyes squashed that idea pretty fast. Leon coolly stood his ground, gun drawn. I thought that he could shoot the wagon in front of us, and maybe that would, I don't know, distract them or something. It seemed like a long shot. Let's leave it to Leon. You know what? No reason to put myself out there and look like an idiot in front of a hot dude. I've learned that lesson. Leon's a professional here. I just need to let him do his thing. Ah! Leon! Why? Please say he's gone. And maybe there's explosive in those barrels. It might be a long shot. Okay, so shoot them! Shoot them, please! Well, here's to hoping this isn't the dumbest idea I've had.
Leon, shoot those barrels on that wagon!
Leon, shoot those barrels on... Okay. Leon, shoot those barrels on that wagon! Without a word, Leon took aim at the barrels. Admittedly, I don't know if he trusted my judgment or just wanted another opportunity to destroy barrels. To my great satisfaction, the barrels spontaneously combusted, causing the wagon to roll towards the villagers like some kind of blazing poverty chariot. I don't really understand why a church would have explosive barrels on hand. Maybe that was their wine? Is wine flammable? Live hard, drink harder, I guess. Oh, I get it. That must have been the communion card, filled with the blood of the Gris, which erupts into the flames of perdition. I don't know. It feels like someone's confusing their testaments. Nonetheless, the Spanish Flea song is in my head. All of a sudden, I feel... Hold on. The Spanish Flea song is in my head all of a sudden, and I feel genuinely bad about that. With the villagers crushed and or combusted by their own flaming paddy wagon, we took the opportunity to run past. Between the oppressive darkness and driving rain, I could barely see the path. Leon seemed to know where he was going, so I just followed closely. A bolt of lightning tore across the sky, and I realized that I was looking at a graveyard. That's not ominous at all. Nuh-uh. One might say it's sacrilege to kill the faithful in such a hallowed place, but it's an even greater sacrilege to think, well, at least you won't have to drag the bodies far. Having escaped the crazed villagers, we jogged leisurely down a narrow forest path until it abruptly ended at a ladder. In standard horror movie fashion, going forward meant going down. Wait. Follow me. Wait. Follow me. Episode 7. Got something that might interest you. The ladder took us into a dark cavern, notably devoid of trigger warnings for claustrophobia, or worse, cave crickets. Can I? Do I have to make myself a little bit smaller? Probably should, so I don't cover all of the text. All of it. Wahaha. So hold on just one sec. I just want to rearrange this just a little bit. There we go. We moved briskly down the tight path and soon found ourselves in front of a rusty door. Leon began to push the door open with the tenderness of a kitten. I'm not sure if I should be charged by this newfound discretion or alarmed by his sudden caution. What in the blue blazes? I was immediately enraptured by the warmth circling the cavern. It felt safe, cozy even. If I only had a glass bottle, I could take some of this feeling with me and maybe melt the ice around Leon's demeanor. It was perhaps the soothing nature of the flames that kept me from screaming when I saw the figure stationed between them. Well, who's the man in black? Another secret agent or just your run-of-the-mill small-town gun not going through a man-cave's face?
Just a sec.
Yeah, why am I seeing bubbles and sparkles again? How hard up am I? Whoa, why is my eye moving this way? Is Parasite giving me superpowers? I feel like I could sneak in a lot more gawking before it got awkward. His hand's a little dirty, but it adds convincingly to the forest hobo aesthetic is going on. Let's focus on something else. My, what a big sack he has. Teehee! Where do you even get a coat like this? Suspicious person thrift shop? Is that a skirt? I'm not judging, I'm appreciating. I take the bandana. It says I don't sacrifice fashion just to obscure my identity. It also looks pretty warm. Much unlike myself right now. It seems well stocked, both in terms of munitions and mystery, but not attractive enough to be out of my league. I'm liking enough. I'm liking my odds. It seems well stocked, both in terms of munition and mystery, but not attractive enough to be out of my league. I'm liking my odds. Leon approached the man casually, so I assumed they were working together in some capacity. The more the merrier, I guess. He's not as clean looking as Leon, but he may be better armed. A girl in peril has to keep her options open.
Welcome.
Welcome!
Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger.
Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger. No, he is Cockney, right? Huh. Not the accent I was expecting, but in a good way. Australian, maybe? I'm all about the thunder down under. Did I really just think that? While I questioned my moral credibility, Leon started browsing the man's inventory.
What are you buying?
What are you buying?
Thank you.
Thank you. No, definitely not Australian.
Is that all, stranger?
Is that all, stranger?
What are you selling?
I love guns. What are you selling? The merchant quipped enthusiastically as Leon stoically perused his wares. Maybe it's part of Leon's safety protocol, so avoid conversation where possible.
I'll buy it at a high price.
I'll buy it at a high price. No, let me try again. I'll buy it at a high price. The merchant man seemed pretty excited about some jewels Leon showed him. Wow, is that a bejeweled beer stein? Am I observing the black market in real time? I can't believe they're making Leon break barrels and perfect valuables just to obtain supplies. Either my rescue is a low-budget affair, or our foreign policy is woefully inadequate.
Come back anytime.
Come back anytime. As Leon finished shopping, I thought I should wave to the merchant man, but I didn't want to mistakenly initiate another romance just yet. I wonder what that was for. Testing the water for traps, maybe? Still, it seems a little rude to just vandalize the merchant's place out of business. Whatever the reason, Leon swept right past the flame like a man on a mission. By which I mean that he hurried over to a box tucked in the nook. As if by instinct he drew his knife, because what is a box if not a barrel, disguised as a rectangle? Crates really do hold out of use. We ran through the remaining tunnel and climbed some stairs to another ladder leading upward. As I ascended, I heard the telltale sound of wood being victimized. Once at the top, I huddled close to Leon again as he approached the door to the next room. Despite all of Leon's caution, the room was pretty barren, save for a bizarrely large typewriter on the table. Or maybe regular size, I don't know, I wasn't born in the 50s. Maybe someone's writing a novel? I guess I'd try to be a writer too if it got me out of Blighttown, better frame rate edition. Leon suddenly started typing away, the same dutiful air of a person filing their taxes. Perhaps he has some Hemingway aspirations. Would explain the terseness. As it happens, he was simply typing a record of his time and location. He also mentioned, ow! Give me a second, my cat wants to go out. And they'll probably want to come back in later. As it happens, he was simply typing a record of his time and location. He was also mentioned professional mode and round 2, which I could only assume was spy lingo. Guess he's using the typewriter to let someone know his progress. I don't get why everything has to be so convoluted. Do we have stealth jets? Wow, is Leon really going to ignore that crate? I think you know a guy. Episode 8. Painting the town red. We found ourselves again assailed by rain and darkness. All of a sudden, the relative safety of the previous room seems worlds away. An unnerving low vibration hung in the air, stirring me in a feeling of dread. Or maybe it was just shrieks of bloodthirsty villagers that had me on edge. Do these people not sleep? It's like 1 in the morning, or at least it feels like it's 1 in the morning. Leon led me into the tower and started climbing up at... Leon led me into a tower and started climbing up an uncomfortably tall ladder. Wow, I get words today. So wait, he's got the guns and the muscles, and I'm the one going up second? Guess there's no sex discrimination around here. Fine. Gentlemen are dead, so are proper ladies. I'm gonna check out his butt the whole way up. That'll show him. I mean, it's too dark to really see, but it's not like I deserve to see something so wonderful anyway. Yeah, I cannot do that. Suddenly, and if we're being honest, expectedly, someone snatched me up and tossed me over their shoulder. I flailed and punched as wildly as a person who never exercises could, and you might be surprised to find out that it had no effect. None. Hard to believe, but it's true. Given the situation, I did what any damsel in distress would do. Leon! Help! Hey, it's Leon. Please don't shoot my leg, Leon. I scrambled to my feet, eager to put some distance between me and Pablo the kidnapper, but when I looked at him, his body remained limp. I realized that it's insensitive to call a random Spanish man Pablo, but screw Pablo, he was a cultist. What did they say about insanity? It's doing the same thing and expecting different results? Sounds about right. I dedicated a little less time to admire Leon's glutes and began climbing myself. It's really amazing what getting snatched by a cultist will do for one's fear of heights. Phew, what a climb. But it's not a bad idea to seek to higher ground and force them into a funnel. Should be moderately safe, right? It's not like they can throw stuff this high, right? I scanned the area below for any cultists with pitching aspirations just then.
Wait here.
Wait here. Oh my god, there's the cat. Oh yeah, they know how to open the door. To come in, not to go out. Now the cat's asking for me to open the window. Alright. There you go. They have a schedule. At this time, is go out for a little munch, and then hang out by the window. Wait here for what? My expiration date to pass? Rather than explain himself, Liam stoically lapped out of the perch like he simply didn't believe in gravity or leg fractures. He's got to have government implants in his legs, got to. Which begs the question, what other parts of his body has the government enhanced? Asking for me. I hovered over the edge and squinted my eyes against the darkness, trying to watch for Leon's movements below. I wonder what his plan is, aside from murder. One moment. Cat's being a drag. BRB. Apparently, the window was not open enough for their majesty. Oh, wait, before I continue, let me just... change. Lovers of Aether. I'm gonna put that... Hold on my second. Bye. Bye. Resident Evil 4, sure. Yay! There is the Otome edition here! I'm also updating over here. Oh my god. Fine, I won't update over there. Ugh. Murder it is then, not original plan, but solid. Leon rushed past the villager as he wailed in pain, but the darkness made it difficult to see what was going on. What the hell did I see? Were those worms coming out of his head? Calm down, Ashley. It's gonna be... Oh, sweet baby Jesus, it's not gonna be okay. My head's gonna be worms. And perhaps even worse, Leon's gonna be worms. I shakily looked up and over the railing. I figured I was already scarred for life, so I might as well stay abreast of current events. The burst of light below drew my eyes rightwards, in search of Leon. As if in cue, more of the villagers stumbled out from the shadows, weapons in hand. Granted, those weapons were more like farm tools, but semantics. I'm gonna cut you into pieces. I'm gonna make mincemeat out of you. Picadillo sounds like an adorable name for a nosy armadillo, but it's probably something lame like your mincemeat. Oh, there we go. If anyone outside cartoons even says mincemeat anymore. Funny thing, they don't say that in Spanish either. That's like a really old thing. Like something you'd hear in a cartoon. Amazingly, the cultist was only stunned by the blow. Rural folk are indeed hardy. My god, he's like Chuck Norris if Chuck Norris were worth thinking about. Leon ran back to the base of the tower and called out to me.
Follow me.
Follow me. I didn't usually like being told what to do, but Leon, I'll make an exception. I approached the ladder and prepared to climb down, but then it occurred to me, how much longer will I have the luxury of attractive men catching me when I jump? Seems like a waste to just do things normally. Am I crazy? In hindsight, that was extremely dumb of me. Thank goodness I'm in love with a robot. We ran behind the tower, down the dirt road. The whole area kind of reminded me of my grandparents who lived in a rural part of Wisconsin. Just swap torches for porch lights and crazed cultists for trashy druggies, and it's basically the same thing. I mean, they even have bear traps in the street. It's my childhood summers all over again. What's with the knife? Surely he's not going to... My eyes clamped shut in much the same way I feared the trap had closed around Leon's arm. Fiercely. Phew. His delicious biceps are still tethered to his shoulder. Scared me half to death. Still, risking your own arm to conserve a bullet? I started to think how the man budgets groceries. We barely moved before Leon put on the brakes and raised his weapon to the darkness. With the rain pelting me in the face, I could make out the vague, doughy shape of a villager. Wonder if that cultist set the bear trap. Maybe that's how people snack brides around here. Wow, a bullet saves a bullet used, I guess. I'd say I'm blown away, but I think the other guy has me beat in that apartment. Sorry, my dude. There seemed to be a large crate at the end of the path. I could feel a surge of adrenaline in my legs as we approached. Didn't know what was on the other side, but anything had to be better, and somehow worse Wisconsin. Okay, that's a lie, because there's a lot of things that could be worse. Probably like, oh my lord. Saddle. No, bad brain. No one would ever want to ride that saddle. Me gusta. A collision with Leon's shapely back muscles returned me to reality before I could dwell any longer on that blazing saddle. I could see the gate just ahead, blocked by a lone villager brandishing a torch. Maybe he blocked his overselling it a little. He's a blockade in the same way that a traffic cone is a blockade for a twister. Yeah, that worked out about as well as I expected. Sorry, my other dude. In the abstract, I felt sorry about the man. What kind of person was he? What were his dreams? The path cleared. The only thing standing between us and the gate was more bear traps. Because if you can't stop people with torches, broken feet and tetanus is apparently the best next thing. Episode 9. Down in the dumps. We passed through the wooden gate into what looked like a small ranch. Leon ventured in cautiously and surveyed the area. Considering the church group he just demolished, it does seem conspicuously quiet here. There's a shed over there. Seems like a decent place to lay low while Leon clears a path. Maybe I'll suggest it. Suddenly, into my confusion, Leon turned toward a lonely open dumpster. My initial thought was that the mission coordinators had stored more of his supplies in their garbage. Wasn't sure if that constituted an upgrade from boxes. On one hand, metal is sturdier, and on the other hand, garbage.
Hide.
Ashley, hide! Wait, what? Is this a joke? But then part of me knew it wasn't. My body shivered, shedding off generations of hygienic conditioning. I jumped inside without a second thought. I held my breath as the lid closed above me. As I skidded my body around, I was surprised to realize that the bin was bereft of garbage. Either rural Spain has really good sanitation management, or the villagers are too busy being crazy to throw their trash away. Or maybe they're eating the garbage when it is a hunger issue. Regardless, it doesn't change the fact that the only handsome man around had just ordered me to sit in a musty waste bin in rural Europe with a parasite roaming around my guts. I don't want to say unwanted pregnancy metaphor, but yeah, I kinda do. I shifted uncomfortably in the dumpster. This awkward crouch, my legs began to sober up from the adrenaline rush, only to discover that a whole lot of pain had moved in. Angered by the needling hurt, I couldn't help but lash out at everything that seemed responsible for my predicament, excluding myself. Stupid saddle, stupid claws, stupid Jenna, stupid government class, stupid geopolitical dynamics. I took a deep breath and sighed. I'm getting too wound up. I know, due to some of those meditative exercises my life coach taught me. Alright, here goes. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. Okay, Ashley, you're on a beautiful beach. The sand is soft, sun-warmed, nestled between your toes. Your personal bodyguard is lounging nearby, baking his delicious abs to golden sheen. Your personal butler appears in a dashing attire, offering a comforting smile and a refreshing pina colada. Extra rum, of course. Your personal dolphin trainer is putting on an adorable show with your personal dolphin, Flippy, water spraying all over the Rainer's rippling pecs. Everything is so wonderful. You have plenty of money. Nobody has worm hats. No! It occurred to me that amidst my fantasies that Leon might finally be in danger, or worse. Terrified by this prospect, I thought to peek out for a look, but I knew it would be just my luck that some stray cultist would walk by at the moment and see me. Instead, I placed my ear close to the wall of the bin, being careful not to get too close, so much to hope Saddle laced his parasite injection with some vaccines. I strained my ear, listening intently to the world outside my garbage sanctuary. I couldn't hear much at all, aside from the occasional thunderclap in the distance. One moment. Before the creeping terror of my... Oh wait, okay, did I? Okay, yeah. Before the creeping terror of my savior's demise could ensnare my thoughts, the shrill sound of gunshot burst into my eardrum. Somewhat morbid, but nonetheless comforting symbol of hope and salvation. Well, for me anyway. Assured of Leon's survival, I resumed my effortful listening. A series of thunderclaps prevented me from hearing any more. Is Leon okay? Are the cultists gone? Can I get out of this godforsaken dumpster? What? Was that a whistle? Is he trying to signal to me that it's safe? I mean, I've only heard that whistle used to beckon someone, and by someone I mean a pet. Not wanting to think too hard on the idea, I hastily threw up on the lid of the bin and breathed deep. Thank God that's sober, by the way. If I smell like rotten meat products, that's just too bad for Leon. Speaking of Leon, I scanned the area for him. It was difficult to see, but I found him by the flash of a stray lightning bolt standing by... let me try again. Speaking of Leon, I scanned the area for him. It was difficult to see, but I found him by the flash of a stray lightning bolt standing on what seemed like a bridge connected to the farmhouse. In that moment, his dirty blonde locks seemed like the beacon of a lighthouse, shining fiercely in the cold black sea, like poetry in the shape of a man. Well, it doesn't seem like he's making any moves to jump down and escort me over there, but he's been working pretty hard, so I'll cut him some slack and do some legwork. On my way, I was surprised by the lack of bodies on the ground. Maybe the cultists are just literalists in the whole dust-to-dust concept. As I ran, I became keenly aware of how insane all this was. People dying, and for what? Is it all just for politics? And who stands for to gain? Wait, what's this? too old for politics? Who tends to gain? One power-hungry old man, or is this a bigger than all of us? What if this goes all the way to the Illuminati? Amidst my struggles to cleanse the machinations of this mad world, it didn't take long to reach Leon. My head snapped back like a piston when I heard some groans behind me. Are there still villagers out here? Someone refusing the call of dustiness? Maybe we should ask Leon if we are safe. And some other things. Where are the bodies? Before I could open my mouth to speak, Leon spun on his heels. I was a little disappointed, but in hindsight, the creepy sounds behind me were a tad more immediate. Leon leapt down from the bridge. I could see a ladder on the ground already. I'm going to presume he kicked that down because he likes catching you so much. As I prepared to jump myself, Leon raised his gun and looked directly at me. I could feel my cheeks flushing under his intense gaze. Realizing that he could easily see my lacy panties from this angle, I instantly pulled my skirt. I didn't really understand what Leon was doing, but the sudden self-consciousness called forth a comfort refrain in the lives of women.
Oh, you pervert!
Oh, you pervert! Well, this is not a great feeling. Pretty mortifying, really. Not sure how I should proceed. Oh god, he's starting to dissolve on me. Ew, ew, jump! If Leon's upset about the pervert comment, he's certainly not letting it impact his professionalism. I wish dudes on the train were half so gracious. I inspected my clothes to check that I didn't get too much cultist dust on me. Also, I know I didn't pay attention to chemistry class, but I'm really thinking I didn't pay attention in chemistry class. There was another giant wooden gate in front of us, once again guarded by bear traps. I see the creativity well has run pretty dry in these parts. Okay, so we're playing Leapfrog now? Not exactly the back-touching opportunity I was expecting. Oh wait, he must not think that we can just go through the gate, so he must want me to climb over it. Could have saved us some trouble by just talking like a normal person. I swear it's lucky because the strong silent type is an actual personality. I need to think about whether that's stupid sexy or just stupid. I hurriedly climbed into his back and his taxpayer-funded muscles elevator me to the top. If only all of Americans' revenue could be so well spent. I reached to the top edge of the gate and hoisted myself over. No one to catch me this time. You can do this, Ashley. 1, 2, 3! I hit the ground pretty hard, no doubt scuffing my boot and tearing a ligament. Still, it could be worse. I could have worn my high-heeled boots, and boy, that'd be the real nightmare. Fortunately, there were lanterns around the door, although that left me a bit paranoid about who had lit them and whether they were still prowling about. There was a large plank covering the door, but I easily pushed it up and to the side.
I opened it, Leon.
I opened it, Leon! I whispered, trying to avoid undue attention. Leon opened the door as cool serious as ever, happily fell behind him as we ran forward. I miss him a lot for only 20 seconds of separation. Maybe I just miss his safety, I don't know. I have as much clarity as I do upper body strength.
Episode 10. Cabin in the Woods.
And we're back for another riveting installment of European backpacking gone wrong. What dangers await us? Bludgeoning, impalement, a crushing exchange rate? Let's find out! After a few seconds of jogging, we came to a rickety bridge. To my surprise, a merchant was waiting beside it.
Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger.
Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger.
Wait, didn't we last see this guy in that underground passage? How exactly did he get ahead of us? The logical answer is that the mission coordinators had Leon and the merchant take different paths in order to reduce suspension. Granted, not sure how much faith I have in logic these days, but it would explain their communication strategy.
What are you selling?
Yeah. Bizarre as it was, I appreciate that Daddy was willing to such lengths in order to rescue me without creating a controversy. Without creating a controversy. He doesn't have a lot of political capital right now. Surely that's the reason for all this rack and work. Right? Please God, let me be right about something good for once.
Come back any time.
Come back anytime.
Leon and the merchant finished their bartering and we resumed running down the rest of the bridge. Leon stopped abruptly in the middle of the bridge, turning his attention to the fancy radio buzzing on his hip. Fancy being too big of a word.
I'd rather not hear
While Leon took in what I was assumed was, at best, inconvenient news, I looked back down the bridge to see the merchant still standing there. He seemed so detached, like a statue. Or Steven Seagal. Huh. Action Man Steven Seagal. Actually, it only reminds me a lot of Steven Seagal, now that I think about it. I want to say it's his eyebrows, but it's probably just the general air of my first language is bullets. I don't know if that makes him a good man or a dangerous man, but when you've been marked for death, the fact that he's hard to kill is enough to give a girl a fire down below. Good one! Great. Got it. Rather than share his feelings about the general crappiness of that update, Leon immediately resumed running down the bridge. Blasts of lightning illuminated an old cabin at the end of the bridge. My hope was that it was a safe house for the operation. My expectation was closer to a cultist slumber party. Darn it! I said I wanted to be right about something good for once. Good! Maybe we can go back the other way, you know. Group up with the merchant, buy a rocket launcher. Wow, it's like everybody in the whole village is here. Hey, wait. What happened to the merchant? Did they swallow him by their organized rage? Did he escape before they absorbed his polygons? Realizing that our peril was a tad more immediate, I looked to Leon in a panic. What are we gonna do, Leon? I hate to say it, but we're sandwiched all right. Quick! In that cabin! I certainly didn't want to be a nationally sandwich, so I sprinted as fast as my tired legs could manage. Leon reached the door first and smashed it open, being sure to first scan the room with his gun drawn. I mean, I literally wouldn't call it through, but it's a principle that I'm attracted to. As the villagers descended upon us, Leon yanked me into the room and slammed the door. I know we needed to secure the door somehow, but I was at a loss, so I just left it up to him. Then from behind us, a voice rang out, energetic and clear. Leon! Leon! How rude, just hurling planks of wood at the suspecting people. It's a good thing I honed Leon's reflexes. We both swiveled around to see who was behind us. Leon didn't immediately draw his gun, so I figured we were relatively safe, as a lone man strutted towards us.
Small world, eh?
Small world, eh? Wait, how did I respond to the situation again? My memory is fuzzy. Wait, classic reasonable exasperation. Modern? Hold on. I need to save. Oh, classic RE, reasonable exasperation mode. Modern VR. Okay. Of course, how could I forget that iconic scene? It went exactly like this. Oh wow, is this guy like Leon's twin or something? I literally can't tell them apart, and that's so hot. Well, I gotta say, English is so much sexier when people through Spanish. I really have to watch myself with this one. Have any surprise to get on his route. Unconcerned by friend and foe alike, Leon moved to the bar door. All the while, the Metro Cowboy and I began a showdown, with only our eyes as weapons. Wait, no sparkles, no bubbles? That's weird. Maybe enriched white bread is in his flavor. I wasn't sure why my bubbles were broken, but my concerns faded away as his eyes openly and salaciously explored my body. He must be searching for just the right compliment to lure me into his Spanish wilds. I see the president has equipped his daughter with ballistics too. Yeah, my lips are super supple, aren't they? Wait. What? I'm basically America's princess and my boobs are the only thing worth mentioning? I guess we know now where all the copies have gone. To shit! Seriously, I'm so pissed right now. Just because I'm an incubator of evil doesn't mean my body's every man's plaything. Yeah, I'm not your bait, Fernando. You want some ballistics? I'll show you some goddamn ballistics.
How rude! And I don't believe there's any relevance with my figure and my standing.
How rude! And I don't believe there's any relevance with my figure and my standing. Well, not the most forceful reproach, but I try to keep it diplomatic. It's like Daddy always says, never burn a bridge unless it's politically expedient.
Who are you?
Who are you? I demanded. If there's one thing Debate Club taught me, it's to always hide your disadvantage by turning the conversation away from yourself. These words take me back. Oh, ho! Excuse me, your highness. Perhaps the young lady might want to introduce someone Perhaps the young lady might want to introduce herself first before asking someone his name. Touché, you inglorious bastard. In true debate team spirit, I must begrudgingly concede the point, but not without a sassy retort.
Her name's Ashley Graham, the president's daughter.
Her name's Ashley Graham, the president's daughter. That was like not sassy at all. New plan. Lean to the archetype of the spoiled upper crust white woman and turn away angrily. It's always worked for Mom. Beyond the power play, my sharp turn hopefully had the collateral effect of letting him know that I hadn't forgiven his slight. You give men like him an inch and they'll take your virginity. I would know, as would Kyle. Is she? Well, you know. Españana. Don't worry, she's cool. I appreciate Leon's trying to be encouraging. I much less appreciate feeling like I'm some kind of circus freak who's on the verge of growing a worm head. And for the record, I'm not over the worm head, and I will not be over the worm head anytime soon. Esteban. There's supposed to be some kind of obvious symptom before you turn into one of them anyway. And I've got to meet that woman soon. Is he talking about the parasite? Newsflash, mi amigo. The symptom is freaking wormhead. I'm not sure why El Jerko is informed about the current situation, but maybe I should ask him a few questions. You condition much? Thought we could bond over a shared appreciation of silent hair care products, but the moment was spoiled by the death squad closing in on us. Look! Now that I think about it, they have taken a really long time to walk what was seriously like 30 feet. I almost think that they were zombies. Yes, sir. Following Leon's command, I made my way towards the stairs. Before I ascended entirely, I took a brief glance at my gun-toting hottie savers. Good luck, Leon. Okay, it's game time. And you too. Hey, wait a second. He forced me to introduce myself and then return the courtesy. Men. Episode 11. Cabin Fever. Once upstairs, I found a burrow and huddled inside. Adrenaline was coursing through my body, but with no way to expand it, I became nervous and fidgety. In an effort to distract myself, I pressed my ears close to the burrow door and listened carefully. Ah, déjà vu. At least it's not a garbage bin. Will Leon and Don Juan really be able to deal with all those villagers? I'll guess we'll find out who's got a better plot armor. With the prospect of untimely demise on my mind, I couldn't help but feel guilty for what I had said to El Nino. Sure, likening my breast to violent weapons was questionable, but I can appreciate that he was trying to lighten the mood. A little levity is welcome next to Leon's relentless gravitas. And to be fair, I was checking him too. Maybe I should apologize. Assuming we survive. Oh shit! I blurted when the pounding began. I know my adequate instructor would be mortified by my language, but screw her, she was never attacked by zombie cultists. Okay, Ashley, just calm down. Everything's going to be fine. In times of great duress, it's prudent to relax the mind with calming imagery. Just like before. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. You're in a serene forest, touched by mankind. Wisps of honeysuckle tickle your nose. A delightful warbling glides down from the branches and caresses your ears. You're accompanied by your bodyguard who is well equipped for the journey. The only thing taught in his bicep is his trusting hunting bow, with which he will stave off your enemies and your hunger. Also, the butt is real. Also in your company is a handsome lumberjack who excels at chopping wood. Both his axe and chest glistens with the dew of the forest. In your periphery, you spot a weird elf larper fiddling with his master sword. You pretend to ignore his lustful gaze while admiring his high cheekbones. Suddenly, a forest sprite appears. He leaps quickly between the branches, daring you to catch a glimpse of his tight hands. The sensation of joy permeates your being. Your GPA is higher than Jenna's. Nobody has worm heads. Repeat, nobody has worm heads. It's always a worm heads. Fuck, it's always a worm heads. Sounds like something crashed downstairs. Did the villagers manage to breach the door? Or maybe the windows? Listening closely, I could merely make out voices. There it is. There he is, or there she is. Grab him. You know, now that I think about it, we're in someone's house, aren't we? Are we the intruders? Property violations are such messy illegal territory. It's like everyone in the whole village is here. You think? Arg. Aye. Well, I guess you can't intrude when there's no one left to intrude upon. A stream of gunshots sounded from downstairs and moved progressively closer. Oh god, are they coming upstairs? Fabio. Leon, upstairs! Jesus, I have really got to ask Leon for one of his guns! I held my breath and covered my ears as more gunshots were fired just outside the burrow. Flash grenades in this tiny space? That can't be good for Leon's beautiful eyes. Did you send those invitations? I told you no more than 50 people. A confident quip or gallows humor. I guess we'll know shortly. The gunshots persisted for another minute, and I half expected to go deaf from all the noise. Then, without any warning, everything went quiet. The gunshots ceased, and I could hear footsteps descending the stairs. Propelled by curiosity, I picked the outside of the burrow. Some bloodstains in the ground, but otherwise it was clear. I'm just so impressed by how the cultists disappear. So weak or conscious. I jumped out of the burrow and made my way downstairs. Hey guys, thanks for saying something. I really appreciate it.
So, what do we do now?
So, what do we do now? It's expert.
The bridge I crossed to get here is out, so I guess we have no choice but to keep moving.
The bridge I crossed to get out of here is out. I guess we have no choice but to keep moving. The bridge is out? What, did they burn it behind them? Also, how does he know that already?
I forgot something. You guys go on ahead.
I forgot something. You guys go on ahead. Yeah, I'll say you forgot something. It's called good manners. Louis. So his name's Louis, huh? Too bad. Javier was really growing on me. I wonder what Louis's story is. He seems forlorn for the playboy type. I like a man who subverts expectations. We watched Louis walk away into the night. Glanced at Leon, who seemed rather solemn himself. How does he know Louis anyway? That guy doesn't seem like an agent. So much intrigue and drama. I feel like my brain is going to pop. Although that might just be the ringing from all the gunshots. Are we in time? I think this is a good point to stop. I wish I could go on through, but since I'm doing a lot of reading, my throat is going to kill me if I don't take a break right now. So I'm going to keep it there. And also, as you can hear, my voice is already tired of doing the Valley Girl voice for so long. I wish I had someone else to do this with, because that would give me a little bit more rest. But hey, it's really fun, and I'm really enjoying this game. I think I might continue this next week. All right, thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed today. I'll see you next time. See ya!